Every single week after your 65th birthday, your muscles are quietly shrinking. And the protein source you've trusted your entire life is no longer enough to stop it. If you want to keep your strength, stay out of a wheelchair, and stay independent for decades to come, hit that subscribe button right now. We share science-backed health tips for seniors every single day, and what I'm about to share could genuinely change your body starting this week. Here's something that has been observed again and again when looking at how the aging body responds to food. People over 65 who eat the same protein-rich diet they always have still lose muscle. They're eating their eggs every morning. They're doing everything right, but the muscle keeps going. And nobody is telling them why. There is a reason for this, and there's a surprisingly simple answer. But first, let me tell you what's actually happening inside your body right now. And then I'm going to count down 5 fruits that can flip the script completely. Now, before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Drop your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. Are you in Florida, Texas, the UK, Canada? Type it out. This helps understand who is watching and how to make these videos more useful for you specifically. So drop it down there. I'll be reading through. Okay, here's what most people get wrong. And I mean most people, including a lot of doctors. The old advice was simple. Eat more protein. Specifically, eat eggs. Eggs are a perfect protein. They have all the essential amino acids your muscles need. And that's true. Eggs are excellent. But here's the thing, that advice was built around studies done mostly on younger adults. And your body after 65 is not the same body that was studied. After 65, something shifts in your biology. Scientists call it anabolic resistance. Anabolic means building. Resistance means your body stops responding the way it used to. Think of it like a lock that used to turn easily. Now the key still fits, but you have to push much harder to get it to open. When you were 35, eating 20 grams of protein triggered a powerful muscle-building response. After 65, that same 20 grams may barely move the needle. Your muscles have become resistant to the signal. A 2019 review from Maastricht University in the Netherlands confirmed this directly. It found that older adults need significantly more protein per meal than younger adults to trigger the same level of muscle protein synthesis. That means the standard advice of eating 1 or 2 eggs and calling it done is no longer enough on its own. But here is where it gets interesting, and this is what almost nobody is talking about. Certain fruits carry something eggs completely lack. These fruits contain compounds called polyphenols. Think of polyphenols as tiny master keys that go into your muscle cells and essentially turn back on the building process. They reduce inflammation inside the muscle. They protect the mitochondria, which are the tiny energy factories inside every cell. And in some cases, they directly raise IGF-1, which stands for insulin-like growth factor 1. IGF-1 is one of your body's most powerful natural muscle-building hormones. As you age, IGF-1 drops. Some of these fruits can actually push it back up. This is why, for a person over 65, a strategy built around these specific fruits alongside adequate total protein can outperform a strategy built around eggs alone. Not because the egg is bad, but because the egg cannot do what these fruits do. So let's count them down from 5 to 1. Number 5. Passion fruit, the hidden protein champion. Most people have never thought of passion fruit as a protein food, and most people are completely wrong about that. A single cup of passion fruit contains 5.2 grams of protein. To put that in perspective, that's nearly as much as one whole large egg, one piece of fruit. Almost a full egg's worth of protein. Now, passion fruit isn't a complete protein on its own, meaning it doesn't have all 9 essential amino acids in ideal ratios. But here's what eggs don't have. 1 cup of passion fruit gives you an extraordinary 98 milligrams of vitamin C. Why does that matter for muscles? Because vitamin C is the raw material your body uses to make collagen, and collagen is not just for skin. Collagen is the scaffolding that surrounds every single muscle fiber in your body. When that scaffolding is strong, muscle fibers hold their shape. When it breaks down, muscles weaken even if protein intake is adequate. A 2021 review from the University of Otago in New Zealand found that adequate vitamin C intake was directly associated with greater muscle mass. The mechanism is simple. No vitamin C, no collagen. No collagen. Muscles can't hold together properly, no matter how much protein you eat. So how do you use this? Eat a half cup to 1 full cup of fresh passion fruit 3 to 4 days per week. You can eat it straight with a spoon, mix it into plain yogurt, or blend it into a smoothie. If fresh passion fruit is hard to find, 100% pure passion fruit juice without added sugar works well. Aim for 100 to 120 milligrams of vitamin C from food per day if you're over 65. Passion fruit is one of the fastest ways to get there. But wait until you see number 4. Number 4. Guava. The muscle repair rocket. Guava is the most protein-rich common fruit on Earth. 1 cup of raw guava gives you approximately 4.2 grams of protein. That's more than guava gets credit for, and most people buying protein powders have no idea this fruit exists. But the protein is almost the second most important thing about guava for your muscles. The first most important thing is the vitamin C content. 1 guava fruit contains roughly 228 milligrams of vitamin C. That's 4 times more than an orange. And as we just talked about, vitamin C drives collagen production, which wraps and protects every muscle fiber you have. But guava does one more thing that is critically important for seniors. It contains a group of antioxidants, compounds that fight oxidative stress, which is a process that accelerates muscle breakdown. Think of oxidative stress like rust forming on metal. Over time, it degrades the structure. Antioxidants are like a rust inhibitor coating. They slow the damage. They keep the structure intact. A 2024 systematic review and meta-analysis found that polyphenol treatment had a measurable beneficial effect on muscle mass. This is specifically relevant to sarcopenia, which is the medical term for age-related muscle loss. Here's how to use guava. Eat 1 to 2 guavas per day, or half a cup to 1 cup of sliced guava. Fresh is best. Frozen guava chunks are also excellent and very affordable. You can make a simple breakfast of guava slices with a handful of nuts to combine the fruit protein with other amino acids. The goal is to make guava a regular part of your week, not just an occasional snack. Quick question right now. Have you noticed that your muscles feel weaker or tire more easily than they did 5 or 10 years ago? Comment yes or no below. I want to know how many people watching this are already experiencing this. Drop it in the comments right now. Number 3. Jackfruit. The meat impersonator with hidden power. This one surprises people every time. Jackfruit is the largest tree fruit in the world, and when you pull it apart, the texture is almost identical to pulled pork or shredded chicken. But jackfruit isn't just a clever meat substitute for plant-based eaters. It's a legitimate muscle support food for anyone over 65. 1 cup of sliced jackfruit delivers approximately 2.8 grams of protein. The seeds of jackfruit are even more impressive, containing between 5 and 6.8% protein by dry weight. And jackfruit seeds contain essential amino acids, including isoleucine and threonine, specifically important for muscle repair. Now here is the bigger picture with jackfruit. What makes it particularly powerful for seniors is its anti-inflammatory profile. Your muscles cannot grow or repair effectively in an inflamed environment. Inflammation is like trying to build a house during a storm. It slows everything down. Jackfruit contains quercetin and other flavonoids, which are natural compounds that calm inflammation in the muscle environment. A calmer environment means better response to both protein and exercise. The practical use of jackfruit is simple. Young green jackfruit can be seasoned and cooked as a savoury dish. It absorbs the flavour of whatever you cook it in. Try it with garlic, olive oil, and a pinch of turmeric. Aim for half a cup to 1 cup 3 or 4 times per week. If you can find jackfruit seeds, boil them for 20 minutes and eat them as a snack. They taste similar to chestnuts. Approximately 15 to 20 seeds give you a meaningful protein boost. Before we go any further, if this is making sense and you're learning something new right now, hit that like button. It tells me you want more content like this. It takes 2 seconds and helps this video reach more seniors. Number 2. Avocado, the leucine unlocking machine. Let's talk about leucine. Leucine is an amino acid. Think of it as the ignition switch for your muscle-building engine. Without enough leucine at a meal, your body doesn't get the signal to start building muscle, even if there's protein present. Research has established that older adults need roughly 3 grams of leucine per main meal to overcome anabolic resistance. Here's the problem. Eggs have leucine, but eating 4 or 5 eggs a day is not realistic for most people. Avocado is not high in leucine on its own, but here is what avocado does that makes it number 2 on this list. Avocado is extraordinarily rich in monounsaturated fats, which are healthy fats. These fats increase the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, including vitamin D and vitamin K, linked to muscle function. Low vitamin D is one of the leading hidden causes of muscle weakness in people over 65. Beyond the fat-vitamin connection, avocado contains a type of sugar called manoheptulose. Preliminary research suggests it may support insulin sensitivity, meaning your body becomes better at using the protein you eat. Think of insulin sensitivity as the delivery system for your muscle-building materials. If the delivery system is broken, the materials sit in the warehouse and never reach the construction site. A 2023 study found that adults who regularly consumed avocado had better muscle function scores. They also had lower rates of physical disability compared to those who did not, independent of overall diet quality. How to use avocado. Eat half to 1 whole avocado per day. Time it with a protein-rich meal. Combine it with eggs, beans, or Greek yogurt to get the leucine you need alongside fat-soluble vitamin absorption. A simple combination of scrambled eggs with half an avocado on the side is a very effective muscle breakfast. The egg provides leucine. The avocado maximizes what your body does with it. I'd love to hear your story right now. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. Number 1. Pomegranate, the mitochondrial miracle fruit. This is the one. This is where the real science gets extraordinary. Let's start with a word. Urolithin A. This is a compound that your gut bacteria produce when they break down certain polyphenols found in pomegranate. Your gut acts like a factory. The raw materials go in from the pomegranate. The factory processes them. Here's why that matters. Inside every one of your muscle cells are tiny structures called mitochondria. Mitochondria are your cell's power plants. They take food and convert it into energy that your muscles can use. As you age, these mitochondria get old and damaged. They work less efficiently. Your muscles run out of energy faster. You fatigue more quickly. You lose strength. This is a core part of why aging muscles weaken, and it has almost nothing to do with protein alone. Urolithin A specifically triggers a process called mitophagy, which is essentially cellular housekeeping. Your body goes in, identifies the old broken-down mitochondria, and removes them. Then fresh, efficient mitochondria are built to replace them. It is essentially cellular renovation. And pomegranate is the only common food that reliably drives this process. A 2022 randomized clinical trial found significant improvements in muscle endurance and mitochondrial health. This was specifically observed in adults over 65 after 4 months of supplementation. And there's more. A 2024 trial found that pomegranate extracts significantly elevated IGF-1 levels in adults. IGF-1 is one of your body's most powerful natural muscle-building signals. Pomegranate helps raise the exact hormone that tells your body to build and repair muscle. No egg does that. No protein shake does that. Nothing else you eat comes close. How to use pomegranate. Eat half a pomegranate daily, or drink 8 ounces of 100% pure juice. Avoid pomegranate drinks with added sweeteners. The one ingredient should be pomegranate juice, full stop. If the whole fruit is available, the seeds can be scattered on yogurt, oatmeal, or salads. Pomegranate extract supplements are available, but start with whole food or pure juice first. Let's pump the brakes for a second, because there are some things you need to know. First, pomegranate juice interacts with certain medications like statins for cholesterol or blood thinners. Second, avocado is calorie-dense. A half avocado per day is usually the sweet spot for most seniors. Third, if you have kidney disease, high fruit intake may need to be adjusted due to potassium. Fourth, jackfruit can cause digestive discomfort in some people. Start with a smaller portion. I'm not saying any of this to scare you. These are all foods, not medications. For most healthy adults over 65, they are completely safe and incredibly beneficial. But if you have existing health conditions, a quick conversation with your doctor is always worth it. So how do you actually start doing this without overhauling your entire kitchen? Here's the good news. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with one change this week. The simplest starting point is pomegranate juice. Drink 8 ounces each morning with your breakfast. You have now given your muscles access to urolithin A and IGF-1 support before your day begins. Then in the second week, add guava. Eat 1 or 2 each day as a snack. If fresh is not available, look for frozen guava chunks. They are just as effective nutritionally. By week 3, try adding avocado to 1 meal per day alongside whatever protein you're having. Passion fruit is easy to find frozen. 1/3 of a cup added to a smoothie is enough. For jackfruit, look for young green jackfruit canned in water. Rinse it and cook it with seasoning. Here's the bigger picture strategy. Aim for 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. These fruits add protein, but more importantly, they add the polyphenols and vitamin C that make protein work. Pair these fruits with a 20 to 30-minute walk 3 to 5 times per week. Even simple exercises like sitting down and standing up from a chair sends a powerful muscle-building signal. The foundation of maintaining muscle after 65 is simpler than the noise suggests. You need protein, consistent movement, and natural compounds that fight the biological reality of aging. Passion fruit gives scaffolding. Guava packs antioxidants. Jackfruit fights inflammation. Avocado unlocks vitamins, and pomegranate triggers the cellular housekeeping that rebuilds muscle power plants. Start with just one of these fruits tomorrow. Make it simple. Make it sustainable. If this helped you today, hit that like button right now and subscribe for more daily videos. Stay healthy. Stay strong.